Cool. Hello, everyone. This is Coach Bala here. Welcome to the kickoff for Season 12 Orientation webinar. It's a very exciting time for all of us. Believe me, cannot believe that this is the 12th time we are doing this. A kickoff for a season, which is always very exciting for us. And I'm sure there's a lot of new runners here, new to Runners High, new runners themselves, like first time running. So I wanted to start off by saying that all of us were in your shoes, not so much in the past. I'm talking about max 3-4 years ago or 5-6 years ago. That's the best I can say. We were all in the same shoes. We were all asking ourselves a simple question: what the hell have I signed up into? You think I can do it? I don't think so. I can do it. I made a mistake. I've never run in my life, or I'm too unhealthy and I walk fast only. I'm breathing a little bit, have an elevated breathing. So how am I going to do a 5K or a 10K or a half marathon? Forget about full marathon anyway. That's only for the crazies. That is how we all thought. And sometimes we think even now. But the beauty is you've joined a wonderful organization that believes in supporting each other, because all of us started exactly at the same spot. So we knew that the what needs to happen for us to be successful. It's not about just getting that 5K or a 10K medal. It is about getting into an operating system of life where health, fitness, and having fun, because we have an elevated level of health and elevated level of fitness, and what this can open up for us to do many more things. That's really what we are after. And that's really what all of us have experienced in the last many years, many seasons. And we just want to spread that experience to as many people as possible. So it is with that context, I'm so excited, folks, that in this season we have one of the history-making incoming cohort of new runners. 350 of you have joined, almost 350 of you have joined, have decided to join our season, which is, yes, it deserves a warm round of applause to all of you. 350 is a very huge number. For context, if I add all the runners for the first 5 or maybe even 6 seasons, it probably won't cross 350. And this season, we are starting off with 350 new runners. So yes, a lot of folks, it's across the age group. So it's just really, really exciting. 350 new runners, an all-time high of incoming class for season 12, somewhere around 930 to 950. Why it is somewhere around is we are still open for masters and we are still open for the fall season. So there's going to be some more coming in. But that's crazy. 930 plus runners in one season. I mean, we all are humble human beings here. We started off thinking we will train few kids in our neighborhood just 4 or 5 years ago. And those few kids definition is morphed into runners from 11 countries, 30 US states, 950 runners, ages from 5 to 80 plus, multiple race days, multiple cohorts, 5Ks and 10K speed, and different types of runners. Man, we spread the whole the gamut of possibilities when it comes to creating this. And we have coaches, 20 plus coaches, and you see some of the panelists here. They're all coaches here. I'll introduce to you shortly. They're all our panelists. They're all our coaches who all were runners. And may I add, amateur runners who never run before, just 4 or 5 years ago, and now they've graduated to being a coach. So that's who we are as Runners High. And I just wanted to call out a few names. If you can just wave, that'll be good for people. So on to my leftmost top corner, we have Coach Suja, who is one of the senior most runners from Boston and a senior most coach. She's been coaching for what, 4-5 seasons now, Suja? Is that right? Oh, she's in mute, but I think 5 seasons plus.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is, yeah,
what is that?
This could be the 7th or 8th season.
Seventh or eighth season, yeah. I mean, we just lost count of number of seasons now. And then we have Coach Ani, a quick show. He's one of my first coach. After I was coaching, he's the one who came to me and said, I want to be a coach. And we said, yeah, why not? We should have more coaches. And that's how it started. So it's really, again, Ani and Sujan all together. I think it started off at the same time. Then we have our CTO, Arvind, who takes care of anything and everything that is tech, which is needed to organize such a large group as ours from a technology standpoint. He's also a race director for New Jersey, which we do it every year, which is a huge function in itself. So that's Arvind there. And then we are also joined with three lovely coaches, human beings and runners who are beginning their coaching journey as of this season. And we will formally introduce them shortly. But just for now, we have Saujanya from New Jersey. A quick hi, Saujanya. We have Dr. Sanjay from Florida. And then we have Swati from Chennai. Hi, Swati. So that is our panelist for today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and let us walk through the content we have prepared for all of you. And the idea behind this content is to introduce to you what you will experience in the next 16 to 18 weeks, what this is all about, what you need to expect, what we will give to you, and what we expect of you. That's basically what this is all about. Please go ahead and use the chat window. And our coaches, while I'm sharing, I might not be able to see the chat, but the coaches are there. They will respond to your specific questions right away. Okay. With that, I'm sharing my screen. And Suja, please let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yeah. All good.
Wonderful. Okay, welcome to Magic in Motion. That's our tagline for the season. This is our brand new logo that just got created. Two hands creating magic like the magician's hand, and you are in between. Think like that. And there's a lot of things that are happening every season. We have a tagline, and this season, Magic in Motion was our tagline, contributed by one of our runners and selected by all of us. So welcome to the season. A little bit of a disclaimer. And wanted to start off with this beautiful quote by Thomas Jefferson. If you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. And I think this beautifully captures the moment that we are in today. You all have signed up because you want to do something that you have never done before. So you need to do something you have never done before as well. And we are here to help you create magic in this journey. Okay, guys? Let's make that happen. Limitations, of course, you will have. When you start, you will always, your mind is trying to protect your body. Your mind is telling you, hey, you have never done anything like this before. Why are you doing this? Why unnecessarily take the risk? Why are you going and injuring yourself? You see, I told you, the pain will start. It'll throw many different forms of limitations at you. And that's why we need to remember this. Limitations lives only in our minds. But instead of using that as limitation, if we imagine, if we use our imaginations, then suddenly all our possibilities become limitless. So start imagining how you would feel when you cross that finish line. Start imagining how you would look like after shedding all those pounds that because of running for 16, 18 weeks. Start imagining how you would feel so energetic with that medal around your neck. Once you start imagining, those imaginations will drive your limitations away. And before you know, you are a different human being altogether. And I'm not saying this just like that. We all have experienced it, and we have seen others experience it again and again and again. So before we go ahead, let me give you 2 seconds of who we are as a person, as an organization, etc. First thing is, we just wanted to say, all of us, including myself, my coaches, our volunteers, everyone that you're going to get connected with, your fellow runners, we are just ordinary people. We're just ordinary people. We are not big athletes. We didn't represent our college, or at least most of us didn't represent our college for running or track and field. In fact, most of us didn't even think about running till 5-6 years ago. So we're just regular, ordinary people, but trying to do extraordinary things, which we do believe whatever we have done, it does come into the category of extraordinary. And that's how you all should look like. You all will be too. So Once again. So before we do that, what I wanted to share with you is a short video of what happened in the last season's race day, just to give you a flavor what it looks like. And the music that you're going to listen to is our Runner's High anthem. This was created, written, produced for RHWB by RHWB, and this is our anthem. So enjoy the music as well. Suja, let me know if you don't hear it properly.
Yeah, I can hear.
In the early light, my run has just begun. With the rising sun, I'm out for fun. When doubts behind my spirit, soaring in the golden light, I find my road. Through the fields I run in the sun's embrace. Each ride I take a smile on my face. Echoes of joy, a trail I blaze. Runners high in the happy
As you can see, folks, every time I see this, we get goosebumps. This just happened just a couple of months ago, the end of season 12 around the globe. And you can see so many smiling faces, faces of achievement, faces of passion. And it was just amazing to see runners ranging the entire spectrum from kids to senior citizens to men, women, Dallas, New Jersey, around the world, London, Tokyo, Chennai, Bangalore. I mean, you name it. There were races all around the world and all everywhere. While the distances were different, the locations were different. There's one thing that was common was the runner's high that you saw in our runners' faces, which is what we are going after, which is what you all will have 16 weeks from now. Especially in life, when you work hard and you get something, that high is very different. And that's really what runners' high is all about. So with that, what I want to do is going forward, let me first introduce a little bit about who I am as a person. And I also want to introduce my team who are going to be there with you in this journey. So going forward, let me go to the next slide. So this is me, based out of New Jersey. And that's my dog Destiny and my lovely family, Renu, my wife, and two daughters, Tia and Disha. They've been with, they all are runners. They've been with this community in one form or the other, right through. I must say God has been kind. Great friends, great family, lovely dog. Everything is good. So I'm enjoying whatever God has given me and trying to spread the word of happiness to everybody around me as well. That's who I am. I've done my share of marathons. These are all me in different forms of exhaustion after every full marathon. And I have a goal of doing at least one, maybe two full marathons every year. More than doing the marathon, it's about training for the marathon, which is what is more important because the fitness cycle continues. And I'm just glad that, for a person who is not at all a runner, who's not any athletic by any stretch of imagination, able to do this after crossing 50, that is something I feel very proud of myself. So that's who I am as a runner. And I also do a little bit of golfing and also a little bit of mountaineering. That sums up my three passions: running, golfing, and mountaineering. Beyond my work, and just enjoying every second of my life, stay in the current and enjoy what I have right now, as opposed to over planning for future or brooding about the past. That's my style. And now let me talk about my coaches. They are our crown jewels of our community, and that community is growing beautifully. And first 3-4 seasons, it was just me doing the coach. And then, as I had said, Coach Ani came and said, hey, I want to be a coach. And that opened up a beautiful vista of finding amazing runners and human beings who can do that and train others and enjoy giving whatever their experience is and expertise to people, to their fellow runners. So they are all certified coaches. They go through a training program, RRCA training program. RRCA stands for it's an apex organization for road runners in the US. So they have a certification training program, a couple of days of training with first aid and examination and all that. They did all that, and then they became coaches. And they are a prime example of incredible human beings who spend a lot of time in helping others. As you can see, we started off with Ani, Srivatsan, and Suja in our season 5. And then next season, Saurabh and Indu joined. Mind over miles was the tagline for that season. Then came season 8. Shilpa joined, Coach Shilpa joined. The tagline for that season was Soul to Soul. Then season 9 came Faster, Father, Fitter, Farther and Faster. Fitter, Father and Faster. And we had 4 new coaches joining us: Shankar, Sushma, Aparna, and Abhishek. Then came Miles of Excitement in season 10. Sharik and Shrikant joined us. And then our requirement of coaches continued to expand because so many new runners were coming in. So in season 11, we had 5 new coaches, but very seasoned runners joined, and they did extremely well. Suren, Sriram, Manoj, Nitin, and Ajay, all of them, you can see they're spread around in different places. This is our current roster of coaches who will be coaching all of you for this season. And these are our superstars who are, equally, they spend the time as coaches behind the scenes for making the machinery of Runners High work. Remember, all of us are volunteers. We don't get paid, nor do we want to get paid for this. We do it because we just want to do it for others. So pretty much everyone you are seeing, including myself, we all volunteer our time to make sure that other people are as successful and as happy as we are. And this is that group which does that. Arvind, I introduced you, CTO. He has a large tech team. Sapna, so most of the emails that you would have got from admissions, that was Sapna. The entire website and so many other things are done by Ramanpreet. Most of the questions that you ask in help desk is answered by Suren, who is also a coach, but he's also in the tech team. And then Akash, our young runner, as well as a young contributor. He just graduated his high school, joining his college, but he's part of the tech team. He'll take care of certificates and so many other things. So that's our tech team. All the Instagram posts, the Facebook posts, is all done by that one person machine, Rekha, who does all media PR. Finance, our CFO is Anjali, supported by her right hand, Sudarshana. All things finance is taken care of by these two. We have Renu, who runs operations, along with Mona. T-shirts, you'll soon hear. Aparna, Coach Aparna is also part of the tech team, by the way. So that's our management team. A sample of the volunteers. There are like hundreds more who does so many more things that we will slowly introduce later on. So with that, I invite Coach Ani to talk a little bit about this and maybe introduce the new coaches through this exciting program that we launched. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Bala. A quick introduction. This is Coach Ani. A very warm welcome to all new runners. I'm sure you are excited to start this journey, and trust me, all coaches are equally excited and looking forward to work with you. So I'm here to talk about Couch to Coach program. As Bala said, coaches, all these wonderful coaches are here to provide encouragement to you, celebrate with you, and they are with you on every step of this journey, your running journey. And as we are scaling out, as we are seeing more and more new runners, we also are hiring new coaches. But as as everything in RHWB, we believe in inclusiveness. We thought that instead of going out and get the coaches, why not look for coaches within our community? The runners who are interested to give back, runners who have done good amount of seasons with RHWB, they understand what RHWB is all about. They understand what RHWB has to offer. So with that in mind, with last 2 seasons, we launched this program called Couch to Coach, where runners like you, the seasoned runners, apply for this program. They provide their intentions. They give us details around why they want to be the coach. And then few of us go through the selection process. And I'm very excited. Bala, let's go to the next slide. I'm very excited for the season 12. We are going to add 3 amazing runners, amazing human beings as a part of our coaching community. So without further ado, let me, invite Sanjay, Swati, Saujanya. First of all, welcome to the coaching group. Why don't you, provide a 30-second quick introduction about you and why you are here as a coach? Let's start with you, Sanjay.
Hey, thank you so much for having me as a coach, and looking forward to working with the new runners. It has been a pleasure being in RHWB for the last 5 seasons now. I was myself introduced to RHWB by my sister-in-law, Vandana, who is also a great runner. And I live in Florida. I have a wife who is also an avid runner now. She's also completed a few half marathons. My daughter has done some 10Ks. And we also have the RHWB Masters program, and my parents are going to be part of the RHWB Masters program. So really looking forward to working with all of you, and blessed to be here.
All right, Swati.
Hey guys, Swati here. It's really exciting. First of all, welcome you guys who's starting off. What an exciting journey lies ahead. And I'm excited that I'm joining this season as a coach. It's everything with RHWB. You just jump in and you build your wings on the way down. So we've thrown in a lot here, and it's being in Chennai. I'm really looking forward to kind of spreading RHWB wings over here in India, because the community is really strong over there in the US and across the world. But looking forward to, strengthening the feet on the ground over here. Yeah, looking forward to this a lot. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, Swati. Saujanya.
Hi everyone, I'm Saujanya. I'm with RHWB since season one, and after completing a couple of half marathons and three full marathons, I felt like so much I have learned, and whatever I have learned, now it is a time to pass on the information or learnings, whatever I did. So very excited to be a coach, and welcome to all the new runners.
Awesome. We are equally excited. So thank you, Sanjay, Swati, Saujanya, and welcome again. Bala, you're on mute. Bala, are you on? You are on mute.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. So what I want to say is welcome new coaches. And I just wanted to say the movie In Pursuit that I'm hoping that you all would have had a chance to watch it. If not, go for it. Just to understand the magic of Runner's High. I think there's no better introduction than watching that movie. It's a 40-minute movie. It tells you about what magical stories can be scripted within this community, and it has already been scripted. A story of 5 runners or 5 different group of runners, what their story was, what happened to them, and where they ended. That's what In Pursuit is all about, including a little bit of our history and why we do what we do, etc. It's a 40-minute professionally made movie, and Swati, our brand new minted coach, is also the director of that movie. So excited for RHWB by RHWB. So thank you, Swati, for that. Saujanya, who has been with us, as she said, from season 1. So she knows the in and out of Runner's High, the nuts and bolts of it. So it is so good to have her move from being a runner to a senior runner to a full marathoner and now to a coach. And I know that she'll do an excellent job as well, since she knows what it takes to be successful in this environment. And then Dr. Sanjay, one of the runner asked, where in Florida? I think you are from Fort Lauderdale, is that right? Or Miami?
Yeah, near Davie. I just answered in Davie near Fort Lauderdale. That's
Got
correct.
it. So we are very excited because Florida as a community is also growing quite a bit within the Runner's High community. So having a local coach in Florida will only help. And so looking forward to sometime very near in the future to have a race day in Florida, like what we have in Texas this season. So welcome, guys, all of you. With that, let me start by a little bit about feedback. So every season we launch a survey, an NPS survey, Net Promoter Score, where around about 10 weeks into the season, we launch a simple survey where we ask the runners to rate us and the coaches across multiple metrics on a scale of 0 to 10. And 9 and 10 are considered supporters, and 7 and 8 are in the middle, and anything less than 7 is detractors. That's the basic scoring system. 0 to 6 detractor, passive. 7 to 8, 9 to 10 are promoters. So an NPS score is essentially how many more promoters you have as a percentage than detractors. That's really what NPS score is about. So a score of 0 means, probably the same. Number of promoters is the same as number of detractors. So anything which is positive means you have more promoters than detractors, which is phenomenal. So if you think about it, some of the greatest companies out there, we have, like Netflix is 46. They are very happy. Apple, fantastic, 50. Tesla is right out there, 96, brand new company. I'm sure it's just getting its feet sort of planted on the ground. And you can see some of the marquee brands out there, they're all having some pretty amazing scores. So as I said, anything positive is great. Anything around 50 and above means it's fantastic. So Starbucks 77, they should be feeling very proud of themselves. And why we are showing this is within this same construct, we received a 92 last season. Very, very, very humbled and proud of this number. Thank you for the feedback. This is something we will take it. We will work hard to retain it. And I know it's going to be difficult to continue to improve on the score, but we will try. We will keep trying. We want all of us to experience the goodness of Runner's High as best as we can. So we will work hard. That is our promise number 1. And please go to this link to learn a little bit more about the coaches, who they are, what they have done. I think it's going to be something that you will love it. You need to know about your coaches, and then we go from there. So with that, I want to hand this over to Coach Suja to take us to a little bit about what do we bring to the table so that you can understand what to expect from us. Go ahead, Suja.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me, Bala? All clear?
Yes, loud and
Okay.
clear.
All right. First of all, welcome to all the new runners. So excited to have you all join us this season. And of course, welcome back to the returning runners. So glad you are back. And for the new runners, you heard all about the coaches and you're wondering probably what is different about this program compared to anything else that you can pick online, right? Just download the spreadsheet and go on. So what do we bring to the table? Bala, next, please. So all of us, invariably, all the coaches in this program had no prior running experience, and we all got started with RHWB. So we really care and we know what it takes, to even do a 5K. That's how we all started. And from there, we all continued our journey to the marathon. And we would like to see every one of you do that. So all of the coaches will care about your personal goal. Next. So that's where the personalization comes in. I mean, we try as to offer at least one WhatsApp. What is it called? What is not coming to me? A session, online session. Yeah, Zoom meeting. For us to meet and connect. So that we can discuss one-on-one or as a group, what is it that you want, taken care of in this journey. So that's where, and we also comment individually in your runs, so you have this connection with your coach to take you through this journey to reach your goal. Next. We've all been trained, as Bala mentioned. We went through the formal training process to be an RRCA certified coach. So we really know the process, we understand it, and we try to bring it to you, what we learned. And then, so one of the goals of Coach Bala starting RHWB is to develop and connect amazing human beings, right? So that is where, and he uses running as a way of doing that. And personally, all of us coaches will vouch for that we see how we have improved in time, and you will see that too. As you take up running, it definitely builds character. And you have to experience a season to actually see this happen. Next. Another quote that Coach Bala likes to, make sure all of us coaches hear constantly is, a good coach can change a game, but great coaches can change a life. And that is what I think RHWB tries to do for all of its runners, that make your life change, by being a part of this. Next. All right. So I mentioned this, that the mission of RHWB is to develop, connect, create a strong network of amazing human beings. And we use running as a way to do that. Next. What is an amazing human being? So what does a person do in order to become an amazing human being? So one of the things is take on a big, hairy, audacious goal, right? And running is that. And for many of you, starting with 5K, that is a big, hairy goal. And seeing you to that point, is our mission. And learn to enjoy your success. Don't look at the negatives. All the negatives actually will help you get to the positive, right? The next slide, the screenshot here shows, learn from failure. Definitely there is much to be learned from failures. Without a failure, where will you enjoy your success, right? And the last point is to give more than take. And that is what the fundamental idea behind Runner's High with Bala is.
Yes, we all, folks, we all have gone through each and every element of these 4 pillars. And I must, very humbly say that we are so lucky to have a large majority of our community believe in that 4th pillar, which is giving more than taking. There is so much of love, so much of affection, so much of giving that takes place in Runner's High, which really is the lubricating oil of this machinery to sort of work day in and day out without any wear and tear and run smoothly, because all of us believe in that giving more than taking. So glad that this is happening, and I hope you all experience that within RHWB's experience in season 12. Go ahead, Suja.
Okay. So one of the things that we have at RHWB is the pillars. So we have 3 pillars that represent our community. The first is commitment. So without commitment, how can you ever hope to accomplish even a 5K, for instance, right? So that is making sure you show up every day and do what's needed to be done. The second is resilience. You get knocked down, but you get up again and keep going. So that is what resilience is all about. Don't give up, find ways to overcome any negatives in order to keep moving forward. And the last thing is have fun, which is, I think, the most important, right? If you're not having fun, how are you going to be able to commit and, get back up when you're knocked down? So having fun is a very, very crucial element of Runners High with Bala. You will see all of our runners will actually, when they go on vacations, will be posting runs from different parts of the world. So they are really having fun with this whole process.
Absolutely.
So every season, we actually have a motto, a tagline that we go through, and we've been through 11 seasons so far, and you can see all of the taglines. It started with very first season when Coach Bala didn't think he was going to create something as amazing as having close to 1,000 runners, join RHWB in one season. So you have from We Are Family, then it went to Together We Run Far, Run with a Smile, Make It Happen, Run and Transform, Every Mile is Worthwhile, Mind Over Miles, Soul to Soul, Fitter, Farther, Faster, Miles of Excitement, and Find Your Milestone was the tagline for the last season. And for this season, we have Magic in Motion, with about 932 runners joined in this program, which is amazing.
Absolutely.
Next.
Absolutely.
You want to say something about this, Bala?
Yes, Magic in Motion is so apt for us for this point of time. Cannot believe, as Coach Suja is mentioning, almost 930 runners, and maybe it's 950 runners by the time we close the fall season admissions. Right now, we are open for fall and masters season. So 950 runners in one season is something that none of us would have ever dreamt. And here we are. And I can humbly again say that more than 1,800 runners have gone through the program already. So with our 350 more this time, we are going to cross 2,000 plus runners going through the program by the end of season 12. So unique runners I'm talking about. So that's who we are. And I want to now invite Coach Ani to let us dive into this season. Tell us, what can a runner experience? What are the different programs out there? How does it all flow for the runner to sort of experience what season 12 is going to look like? Take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Bala. So I remember, I think a few seasons back when I joined RHWB, I think season 3 or season 4, we still used to have new runners orientation call, which Bala used to run. Not as sophisticated as what we are doing right now. PPT, I see a background, customized background and all that. But it was, we used to do that. And that time also we used to cover what is RHWB mission, what we have to offer and what not. As a runner in me, as to say, okay, I'm excited, I'm inspired, I understand about your organization, but tell me what I need to do as a runner. And that is what I'm going to cover in this section. So Magic in Motion, we have, in season 12, we have different programs which we offer. The pro program where a runner get a dedicated coach who is going to work with the runner to make sure that the 16 weeks of journey happens successfully. Let me expand my screen. Like I cannot. Yeah, so it's a structured training plan. Sorry, let me go back. So RHWB Pro, where the coach is assigned to you. RHWB Lite is where training is assigned to you. You get everything except that you do not have a dedicated coach. And then finally, the program where we are most proud of is our master's program, where our senior runners join that program. That's 11 weeks of program. So you see across the board, whether it's a structured training plan, access to the Final Search. Final Search is the app which we use to facilitate the training, weekend training messages from coaches, podcast with runner. We call it reflections now. We reflect on runner's journey. And periodically, based on where you are in the training program, we release a podcast with runners who have done this in the past season, and they share anecdotal stories from their side. So that's podcast with runners. Access to RHWB website, coach one-on-one monitoring and feedback. As I said, that's the only difference between pro and light. And then access to RHWB WhatsApp community, connecting with community. That is also the second difference between pro and light. But otherwise, you as a pro runner, as a light runner, you have access to the training programs and everything which is highlighted on this slide.
Exactly. And folks, all the new runners here, you might not have heard about the master's program, which is for our senior citizens, your parents. So it's a walking program. It's got a little bit of yoga, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of very light walking. But the key is they have an amazing community. We have about 30 odd masters now, and it's developing. They are happy. They have their own friend circle. It's a global community. So if your parents, it's not just you, it is free for our parents. It is almost we giving back to them. So if you're new, you are joining, talk to your masters, share them this, maybe in pursuit video. There is one story of a master doing this right through. So hopefully that will inspire your parents. Feel free to add them. The master's program is still open in the admissions. So it's going to start August. We are open till July 14th. So please talk to your parents. This is the gift you can give. And we want to, get our masters happy. The amount they've given to us, it is a small thing we are giving back to them. Okay. Back to you, Annie.
All right. So with that, so within pro and light, there are different distance segments we have. For 5K, we offer new and speed. New is just a regular program where the intention and objective is to build your endurance to complete 5K successfully, 5K distance successfully. The speed program within 5K is more intense. Again, the intention there is not only to complete 5K, but complete it with speed. So a lot of experience athletes generally go for this, or experienced runners, I must say. 10K, we have new, experience, and speed. Again, new, if you are new to the running, you generally start with new, where again, the intention is to complete the distance. Experience, we add additional segments within the training program for those runners who have completed 10K, but now they want to kind of take it to the next level and complete it in a more, endurance level way. And then the speed is again similar to 5K. The runners with who are aiming for some timing within 10K. And then finally, the long distance within this category is full marathon and half marathon program. The training block remains same, right? New, where the objective is distance. Experience is where you have completed full marathon and half marathon before, and this time you want to do it in a more target some goal. And speed is where you have the distance, not only distance, but the timing is also your goal. And for masters, yeah, so just a note for masters, this is, it's a part of running program, but mainly what we offer, as Bala said, is for master is a walking program, right? They can walk 5K comfortably, 10K comfortably. So there is walking, yoga, strength training, and whatnot. Okay. All right. So this season, this is the first time we are introducing two flavors of season. Season 12 will be offered in two flavors. The summer season, and then the next slide, I have a fall season. But let's go through what you are looking at, right, as you start your journey. So let's go to the step number 1. Day 0, June 23rd, when we officially kick off season 12 summer program, right? So all of you who have enrolled for summer program, you will start seeing your activities in your Final Surge app starting June 23rd. That is day 0. The first 2 weeks of program, Bala, let's keep going. The first 2 weeks of program is what we called as warm-up weeks. It is outside of your 16 weeks of training. This is just for you. The intention here is to get you into the routine, into the rhythm, make sure that all the technical issues are resolved. That means your watch syncing up with Final Surge, your coach able to see your activity in Final Surge. You are in the right WhatsApp group. You are able to connect with your coach one-on-one. And, we just want to make sure that the warm-up week is a trial week where you are all set to start your main training program. So warm-up week, as I said, June 23rd will start and will go till July 6th as a warm-up week, 2 weeks of warm-up week. Let's go next. And then after that, Bala, can you hit next? After that, the 16 weeks of training program will be divided into training blocks. And those training blocks are called as mesocycle. I don't want to get into more details, but for simplicity, you can just look at it as a training block. And the intention, the objective and intention of every training block will be different. As a runner, you don't have to worry about it. But the point I'm trying to make here is that as a coach, as a RHWB community, we have devised this customized program in such a way that every training block will take you near to your destination. These training blocks are 3 weeks of 3 weeks of period, and every training block will have different sets of activities. So first mesocycle, which is the first training block, will start after your warm-up week, will finish on 27th of July. The second mesocycle, again 3 weeks, will start and end at August 17th. The third one will start after August 17th and end of September 7th. Okay, let's keep going. After 3 weeks, we have stressed your body enough, or you have trained enough that you deserve what we call as a rest week. And rest week is not only to make sure that that you have a break in the training, but also to ensure that your body is recovering from all these training programs which you have embarked on for last 9 to 11 weeks. So the rest week will be for 1 week, and then after rest week, we'll have the last meso, which we call as peak meso. Peak meso is that training block where you will complete the highest number of mileage. Bala, can you hit next? So peak meso will go on till October 5th. And this is where the highest distance, highest intensity. But trust me, after completing first warm-up week and first 3 weeks, you'll be ready to finish that peak meso. So we complete that peak meso, we take your training level to the highest, and then from there we go to 2 weeks of what we call a taper week, where we are cooling down from the training journey, and then finally we hit to the glory day, the D-Day, which will be on October 19th of RHWB race day. This is for summer. Okay, any questions, please do post here in the chat. Master's program, because it's the 11th week training program, that will start on 4th August. And 5K program, which will start, Bala, go to the next, which will start with everyone else on June 23rd, but it will end early. Again, 5-week program is a 11th week program. So it will end on 19th September. And what we do for 5K runners is we arrange a virtual race day. And, we'll send you details as we go along in this training phase. Now, most important, now as a runner, I would like you to know the most important part of this training. And we call it as a runner's tipping point. I don't know how many of you read this book, amazing book by Malcolm Gladwell. It's called Tipping Point. And he stresses on this aspect of tipping point. The tipping point, by definition, is a critical point in your training journey when a permanent change happens. So what we have seen, having done this for 11 seasons, that runners who complete warm-up week and first mesocycle successfully, or either half of mesocycle, first mesocycle successfully, the running becomes the permanent habit. That means after this phase, your body is going to remind you that you have to go outside and do the run. And your coach and the coaching community will talk more about this. But right now, the one takeaway I would like all of you to take is that you start this journey on June 23rd, follow everything your coach is saying, and just wait for July 27th. Don't miss any activity till July 27th, and you will start seeing those changes in yourself to become a permanent runner. All right, let's go to the next one. And then similar program, just the dates are changing for fall. The fall season starts on August 4th. This is primarily, we introduce fall season for runners who are, who come from Texas, Florida, where June, July months are not very conducive to do runs outside. So for them, this program is there. Even if you are on the east coast or the cooler side of the country, still, if you have joined fall program, make sure you understand these days the table for all these programs will be shared also via our WhatsApp program, WhatsApp groups. So August 4th is when fall season starts. It will follow the same journey as summer program: warm-up week, training blocks, mesocycle, 3 weeks of training blocks, meso 1, meso 2, meso 3, followed by rest week, and then peak meso, and then taper week, which is the cool down week, and then finally a race day, which will happen on December 1st. Okay. The master's program for summer and fall for both the flavors starts on 4th August. 5K for fall program will end with summer RHWB race day. Okay. Any questions? Please do ask. Let's move to the next slide, Bala.
Yeah. And all of this, folks, your summer program, your fall program, I will send an email shortly in Final Search so that you don't have to worry about any confusion on dates and everything. And then once you all get your coaches, all the new runners will have coaches. So once you get your coaches allocated, which will be done shortly, he or she will be there to guide you and set you up correctly for the start and end of your training journey. Okay.
All right. So that's it from my side.
Great. Coach, let me re-invite Coach Suja to take us through a little bit about what is required to be successful in season 12.
All right. So you heard from Coach Ani about how the schedule looks like, but what do you need right now to get started with the program? So the summer program is going to start on June 23rd. So what are the things that you need? First of all of you, while registering, you would have gone through Final Surge. So I'm assuming you have the app downloaded on your phone and ready to go, because that is where the schedule for the season will be posted. So make sure you are all set with that. And the second most important thing you need is your running watch. This is a program that's being offered online, right? Remotely. We don't actually see you run, although there may be some opportunities, for runners in an area to get together and run. But for every coach, coaches could have their runners allotted from across the world. So there is no chance of seeing that. Videos only do so much. So the main way that we connect and understand how your run went is through your watch. So you have to have a GPS enabled watch for that. We'll talk about that later, which watches work. And of course, the most important thing is you need proper running shoes. These are not any shoes that you use, any sneakers that you use daily. It has to be proper running shoes. Next slide. So like I said, I hope all of you have downloaded Final Surge and have it all ready, because that's where you will see the schedule posted. Once your coaches are allotted, for those in the pro program, once the coaches are allotted, your coach will actually set up a session where you can walk through all of these things, and if you have any questions, you can reach out and sort all of this out. This is why we have the 2 weeks of warm-up to sort through all of these programs, so that when the program starts, the first mesocycle starts in 2 weeks, then you are all set to go. All you have to focus on getting what's done what's in your schedule done, and then wait for feedback from your coach. And that process continues to the end of the season. So make sure that you get a proper running watch. And our preference is only Garmin or Apple Watch. only those two watches seem to work very well with the Final Surge app that we are using. So it's well worth the cost that you put in getting a proper Garmin watch. I think the base plan one is the Forerunner 235, works very well. So see if you can get some deals maybe soon and around the 4th of July or whatever, and make sure you have it ready to go. Actually, 4th of July might be a little too late. So get it right now and make sure that's ready to go. Or if you're already in the Apple environment, go for the Apple Watch. That also works well. Anything beyond, I think version 3 seems to work well with Final Surge app.
Exactly.
And running, any pointers, Bala, or no?
No, oh, finish it, Suja.
Okay. And the most important, this is my favorite, running shoes shopping. So make sure you actually go to a running shoe store and have them evaluate your gait. And, they have this foot analysis. Most running shoe stores will do this for free. As far as I know, every shoe store I've been to, the running shoe store, it's not your any mall, shoe store. It has to be a proper running shoe store. They'll have this setup where they'll evaluate your gait and, wear proper socks, running socks that you're going to use, and try on different shoes. Normally, the shoes that you wear versus running shoes, the difference will be you usually will have to go up at least a half size from your regular shoe, because as you run in the long, you're going to put several 100 miles on your shoes. And your feet will swell as you do longer distances. So you have to accommodate for that. You don't want your toes jamming against the front of the shoe, right? So make sure you get proper fitted shoes. Some of you may also need inserts. So make sure you get all of that. Insoles, I think it's also called custom insole. So make sure you talk to the person at the running shoe store and get all of this sorted to be well worth the expense. Expect to spend close to $150 on a good pair of running shoes. Once you know the brand, what works for you, you can always go online and buy it, but make sure you're trying out the shoe and the model and the size in the shoe store. That is very, very important.
Exactly.
All right.
And those of you who are in New Jersey, and I know we have almost 500 runners in New Jersey, Coach Indu is setting up a sort of a new shoe buying mela kind of a thing with our partner running shoe store, Road Runners. And we'll send an information where you will see key marketing folks from the different shoe companies will be there. Fitters will be there. Coaches will be there. I'll be there to just have a 3-4 hours of people coming in, seeing each other, sort of kickstarting the event with a shoe buying event. This is for New Jersey right now, but just keep that in mind, and we'll send more information, and we see you there, and you can come there and talk to us and find the right shoes that will fit for you guys. Okay. So this is how it is. When you have the watch, you have the shoes, you start running. Final Surge through your watch will record your metrics. We as coaches will see your Final Surge. We provide you feedback, and you keep doing this again and again till you get your medal and beyond. So thank you, Coach, for your wonderful introduction on what they need to do. Let me invite our CTO, Arvind, to talk a little bit about the communication channels that we have and what you need to do. Go ahead, Arvind.
Yes, our primary mode of communication is WhatsApp. I think there are a couple of questions about the WhatsApp groups. You should have received an email with the link to the WhatsApp groups. Most of these WhatsApp groups have it's like a invitees only. So it will take a day or so before we can approve. We can validate your number and then we'll approve. So please bear with us. Well, it will take a few hours, worst case scenario. So here are some of the WhatsApp groups. The first one is the Coach Corner. This is the mandatory WhatsApp group, and here's where you'll hear messages, only like an important messages from Coach Bala primarily, but there are also other coaches will chime in once in a while. Here, this is where you'll be getting the links for podcasts, and I strongly urge all the new runners to listen to podcasts. There's lots of information in it. It's about running theory and especially about the things that you should focus on for that mesocycle. There's a lot of information in it. So that's your Coach Corner. And cohort group is like once you're assigned a coach, so there'll be a separate group for each of the coaches. Okay, so this way you have just 20 plus runners in your own group, and it's like a smaller group, so that you can focus on your specific techniques or whatever questions you have about your running, the season, the different training aspects. So that's what this the cohort group is. I mean, you will get the link once you have a coach assigned, the coaches will reach out to you. That is also mandatory. We strongly suggest you be a member of these two just so that you don't miss out on any of the messages. And then we also have a runner's high. That's the overall WhatsApp group. It's optional. This could be a lot of messages. Generally, it's quiet, but during race day, there's a lot of people sharing pictures and videos and a lot of information there. So if you're not comfortable handling like large like WhatsApp group with too many messages, you can sit this one out. But again, we still encourage. It's good to get some motivation from this larger community as well. There's about, I think, 800 people in the group. So be mindful. And then there's also help desk. If you have any quick questions that needs some kind of troubleshooting, if you're not able to reach out to anyone, if you're not able to resolve your issues in one of these groups, feel free to join this help desk, and someone will take care of your request. And then if you move on to the next slide, Bala. We also have a community. Okay, there's a WhatsApp community. There are so many different groups that you can join. These are all optional. For example, you can see you have a dog. You're more than welcome to join this Runners Doggies group. If you're in the master's program, you can join the master's group. There are also regional groups. I think there was a question in the chat. There is a group for UK, so right there. And once you join the community, you will have access to all these groups, and then you can join. And there's also a ladies running group. I mean, of course, you have to be a lady to join there. So yeah, there's so many different groups. And then once you get into these WhatsApp groups, you'll also notice like there'll be other, related or non-related interests, like this golfing group. There's a mountaineering group. We also have a Sadhus group. That's like, Americans only. That's it. Take it away. I don't know if I'm missing anything.
So the ladies group is very, very popular, folks. Of course, I haven't been inside that, but I've heard that the ladies group is very popular. All the ladies runners are there, lady doctors are there. So there's a lot of discussion that is suitable for, that group is going on. So I definitely urge all the ladies, new runners to, it's all optional to check out that group. The doggies is also very, very popular. There's so many cute dogs out there. Dogs are man's best friend, a runner's best friend as well. And we'll continue to invest in putting regional groups together so that you have a local community of runners to kind of connect with the network and etc. So we have now Texas, UK, California. We'll also do a few more like India-based, and then we'll expand the UK into all of EMEA, like all of Europe. Because multiple countries are there in different regions in Europe. So we'll continue to put work on it, but this is the place where you can see where what all groups are available, and then go from there. Okay, so thank you, Arvind, for that. Yes, this is the link tree. Check it out. We have good social media connections for connecting. Facebook, Instagram is very popular. We'll also do a little bit of TikToking soon. YouTube channel is also there. So check out, definitely sign into our website, and then we go from there. So we also asked past runners, hey, give us, how do you summarize your last season 11? And this is the word cloud, such wonderful thoughts. It was awesome, magical. It's so interesting that our season 12 is called now, Magic in Motion. They felt accomplished. They were inspired. They had a little bit of injury that they dealt with. And they were satisfying for some. They were slow, and then they became good at it. They felt great, exhilarating, you name it. Pretty much the entire spectrum is there. Of course, at the end, they all felt awesome. That's really what it is. Then we asked the same runners, all 800 of them, hey, tell me what one word of advice you will give to the incoming class of season 12. And this is what they said. Think about this. This is a gift from the past season runners to you. Believe that you can do it. Enjoy this. You trust your coaches. Consistency is everything. Training is everything. You have to be a little bit disciplined. Focus on yourself. The habit that you need to develop, it is very beneficial. There is a lot of fun element in it. There is something that you need to be committed. You need to be consistent. It's a mental game after all, and so on and so forth. I think it's a very beautiful gift given by past season runners to you. If I were you, I'll just take a printout of this and put it somewhere every day. You just look at it and see which of these words are in action for you at that particular moment. Two numbers. Remember, as you finish these long distance races, less than 1% of the human population does these things, crazy things. So you are going for some high end of human potential. So you need to always keep that in mind, that this is something that is incredible what you're doing. And you're going to do all of that and join this elite group. The other number is 2 weeks. So it's a 16-week program for, without any particular reason, you don't do any activity for 2 weeks, then it just means that the train has left you. The training train has left you. It's difficult for you to come back to the train, and you will hear from your coaches asking you to either go down, instead of a coach-driven program, probably we'll ask you to go into the light program or otherwise. But a basic idea here is it's a commitment, a social contract between a coach and a runner. And the expectation is, if you have some good reasons, definitely injury, travel, something happened, that's all good. But without any reason, no communication, nothing, no entries, no strength workouts, no runs, not even an attempt is made, then it just means that the life at that point, everyone has some issues going on, probably is not conducive for you to take on this training. So we will remind you that your 2 weeks is up. So looks like you got to do something else. That's really what we will do. So keep that in mind. 5.0 is our gold standard. If you do everything that we ask you to do, you get a rating called 5.0 on a scale of 1 to 5. You are 5. That just means that you are just killing it. We all should aspire to be a 5.0 runner. Okay, and believe me, there are kids who are a 5.0 runner. There are folks who have been 5.0 for multiple seasons continuously. That means they have not missed anything. We all should aspire for that. So now, as we end this webinar, what do you need to do? Simple. Shoes, watches, get ready. Final search, in case you haven't downloaded your mobile app. Somebody is asking me, I didn't get the email. Download the mobile app, check out Final Search, sign in. You all have registered in Final Search. Otherwise, you won't get through the registration. You will see my communications already popping up in your Final Search. Definitely join the WhatsApp groups that I've sent it in email. Don't worry about your coach WhatsApp group. Once you get your coach, which will happen shortly in the next 2-3 days, your coach will facilitate you to join the right groups going forward and be ready to dive in. And let's just get this going, okay? We also asked the past runners, what shoes they like the most. This is just quickly going through, and I'll send this deck to you. You can see Brooks seems to be everybody, like a majority of the runners, they enjoyed Brooks, but you can see every other type of shoes that others have done as well. We asked the question, if you had missed a run, what was the reason for it? And you can see work pressure was a big one. Lack of time was another one. So I'm sure all of you will experience these issues, but know that you're not alone. You can always come back. And then there are some who have never missed as well. That's pretty interesting. Keep that in mind. Then we asked, like, hey, in case you had an injury or some pain or something during the season, where did you have that? And you can see a lot of folks had a knee pain and a foot pain. So these are all things that typically, because of an impact loading of running, these things happen. So you are not alone again. There are a lot of things that we will train you for, how to protect yourself. Just follow, listen to us, buy the right equipments, and then everything, you will be safe, your muscles will be strengthened, and all of this will take care of itself. So moving forward, as I said, Fitness Kriya is our partner organization for yoga. Many of you had already suggested that you're interested in yoga. Check on this link. We give 3 free classes. It's a one-on-one yoga from professionals. I've been doing it. Multiple folks have done it. This is super, really, really good. Done online. Click on these links. You will get some more extra information about this. It's pretty awesome. And I strongly suggest, in case you're interested in yoga, you should do this. So, of course, we also have a mental health helpline. Running is not just about physical, it's mental. So one of our runners is a psychiatrist. So he said, let me help. So it's basically, whenever you need a helpline, it's highly confidential. It's just one WhatsApp click away. You click on it, you have a professional who is ready to spend 1 hour with you over the phone to talk it through and just give you some guidance for a very small paltry fee. So click on this link, and it's totally confidential, so nobody would know, only you and the doctor. It is just another avenue for us to help you. Mental health helpline. So that is what it is. The entire season is all about that. Let me stop sharing and let me see all of you. So that's where we are, folks. It's an exciting time for us to get this started. I wanted to thank my fellow panelists, Coach Ani, Suja, Saujanya, and Arvind for getting us to this spot. Look for communications, further communications from us, both in WhatsApp as well as in Final Search. We have already recorded this conversation. We'll also share the presentation shortly. All you have to do now, let's make it very simple. You've already made a huge decision. Clothing recommendations, you will get that. It's a summer season. Make sure you wear running clothes, wicking clothes, not cotton. That sticks in the water. So you need running t-shirt, which is available where water will just get away. So that's pretty much it. Very simple this time because it's summer season, but your coaches are going to help you. Okay, your coaches are going to help you. It will all work well. And I can't wait to get started. Your immediate next step is you will get to know your coach. Let's start with that. You get to know your coach. Your coach will guide you, literally handhold you from that point to the beginning of the regular season, which is 2 weeks of warm-up is there. That's when many other things will get sorted out. And then we get the season started with magic in motion. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys shortly. If you have any questions, I'm assuming all of that will be answered. Yes, Arvind, you wanted to say? What do you mean by virtual race day? Virtual race day means you run in your park, somewhere near your house. We will run somewhere else, but all of us will run together, but separately. And we will measure each other in your online, whether you have done it well or not. And it'll be like everyone doing it. It'll be like a feeling of race day. It is just that you will be doing it separately.
So yeah, just quickly, I want to address, there were a lot of questions about the WhatsApp groups. So unfortunately, we have to, it's a manual process for us to validate your phone number, who you are admitting, just to make sure there are no spammers or anything. So it takes about a day or so for us to approve. So please, give us some time to do that. And if it's more than a day, just you can ping us on the help desk link. Okay, so we'll try to expedite it. And also there was another question about the website. Yeah, that's a website content. There are some content that's like membership only. So because of, again, like members' privacy and all that. So you do have to sign up in order to get access. They're also same process. It's a manual approval. So you'll have to wait for some time, like for a day or so, before we're able to validate and then allow you access. Yeah. And then you will get all, you should have many of these WhatsApp links in the email that was sent out. But if you're not able to get that email, it will also be in this slide deck that we will share out shortly. And yeah, so you should have all those links in order to join the WhatsApp groups.
Exactly. Okay. So if you don't have any more questions, or if you have questions, chat, ping away. But rest all, you feel free to enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we will send you the recording shortly. Okay. Thank you, my panelists, as always, and welcome all the new runners. Very excited. And happy Father's Day. Absolutely. Happy Father's Day to all those amazing fathers. We should have started with that. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Thank you. Okay. In another 5 seconds, I will shut down the webinar. So feel free to leave. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Archana. Thank you, everybody. Yep. Yep. Feel free to leave, folks. I will stop the recording now.
The slide.